What is up, guys? It is the most must-see TV. It is Feller Talk Wrestling Edition. My name is Fluidity, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm joined with my boy, Kid Reckless. Say what's up.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Come on, guys.
So, I want to hand it off to Kid Reckless to start it off with. Just to kind of give his intro, backstory, whatever you will, on how he came to watch WWE, what it means to him, and just all that kind of jazz. So, go for it, my dude.
Well, I started watching wrestling back in 2011 when I think it was WrestleMania season, where WrestleMania 27 was coming up. And I thought it was cool and all, and I was a kid, so I didn't really understand the whole, logistics of wrestling and how much goes into it. So I was very, very, dumb to the whole situation, didn't know what was really going on. I just thought the belts looked cool and people were hitting each other. But I stopped watching wrestling after WrestleMania 27, and I just didn't watch it. And then more recently, maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I got back into it and kind of gave it the recognition it needs, like the whole booking and titles and how good the wrestlers are. Not even just WWE and other promotions like New Japan and Ring of Honor and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I like it. It's great.
I mean,
I have a new appreciation for wrestling.
that's pretty awesome.
So,
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else that you like about wrestling, or what?
I mean, you gotta give it to the guys that actually wrestle. There's some wrestlers on WWE that are so underrated. People are like, oh, he's what? AJ Styles, he's cool, he's good. But people don't realize the backstory of AJ Styles and how great he is. I don't know. I give wrestling the props it really deserves. Now that I'm older and I can comprehend what's going on,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I got you. I guess I'll go in regards to, I'm gonna be sounding like a fucking dinosaur here. I've been watching WWE since probably 95, 96. I'm talking in the 1990s here. 90s kid, hello. So I've been watching about 20 years or so. What it means to me is, similar to Anthony, back when I was a kid and I was watching it, I was dumb to the whole booking and all this other bullshit, the heels and whatever. I knew there was guys who people didn't like and I didn't like for whatever reason. And I just kind of watched it because it was, I think my mom got me into it and I ended up sticking around with it. I liked the pay-per-view aspect of it. I liked the whole, surprisers, when, Stone Cold, his glass shatters used to hit. Everyone used to lose their shit, right? So I really dig that. I really dig that aspect of wrestling. But as of lately, which is one of the points that we're going to get into, the state of it has changed. We'll get into that here in a minute. But overall, I've been watching for years, and over time, I don't know if it's just the new gen or what it is, but I ended up similar to Kid Reckless here, getting into all the booking and the behind-the-scenes bullshit, the way, the insider terminology, if you will. And it ended up taking over in my life due to a certain degree to learn kind of how they write shit and what they do and how they articulate it, and how Triple H at one point says that there's a lot of slow burns in it and shit where, you get I don't know, a rivalry that's going to go on for 6-7 months into a WrestleMania or something like that. So that kind of stuff played into it too to me, and overall I really have been a fan of it my entire life, as much as I can remember. So that's kind of where I come from with WWE, and it kind of segues into our first point is Mr. Reckless. What do you think of the current state of WWE, my dude?
Well, I think the current state of WWE is, if you would look at it now and say maybe 20 years ago, completely different.
Yeah, I can agree.
Wrestling nowadays is extremely technical not just like, oh, clotheslines, he's going off the ropes, all this stuff, but there's a lot of submission stuff going on. I mean, you gotta see like, I mean, AJ Styles, as I've mentioned before, like hands down one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation. You gotta see like, he does stuff so differently from how other wrestlers on the WWE roster does it. Like, see, pick like John Cena, and then you have AJ. I mean, John is just kind of like more physical and more like, oh wow, power moves type of deal. But there's also people like AJ who will do calf crusher, styles clash, and it's stuff you've never seen before. And I think that's a big like thing nowadays, is because people are so used to seeing the big power moves and like I don't know,
Like the
very
Braun
strong.
Strowman kind of, power
Yeah,
bombing
that
into
type of
the
deal.
power bombing through the apron and stuff like that. That type of stuff.
Yeah, it's very, very different from. I mean, there's good different, and there's also bad different. Some of the booking decisions are kind of questionable, in my opinion. How, like, they'll push a wrestler for 6 or 7 months and then stop. And then they'll go do another guy, and people are very confused as to why this guy isn't winning matches anymore.
Yeah, like
Like,
that. I can see you on that. I can see. I need to agree with you on that point because
mhm,
WWE, like you said, has completely changed. It is like I've been watching it for 20 years. Okay, I can agree. I can attest to every single thing you are saying. Now, maybe it is because I
mhm,
watched it in a form of naivety, in the form of ignorance
mhm.
back when I was a kid. Maybe I look back on it on nostalgia's sake, and maybe that's why I think it's different. So objectively, there's that in my mind. But overall, it feels cringy now. To be honest with you, like a lot of the
Yeah,
we seen the Survivor talk, the divas when Stephanie McMahon was giving her fake pep talk, that was cringe. That was legitimately cringy. And it's like you could just feel how fake it is now. Obviously, we're more versed in what happens behind the scenes and how certain people are writ off and whatever. But it just overall,
yeah.
yes, it has changed completely into a more cringy kind of fake feeling kind of thing, you know?
Mhm,
And like you were saying with the booking, man, yeah, the booking is terrible now. It is freaking terrible. Like, what do we
mhm,
have? The Survivor Series, we had Kurt Angle about to win against Shane. Triple H comes out,
mhm.
does his little pedigree thing, and then wins the match. Like, what was that, right? Like, that I agree. Booking is terrible.
The end of the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match was complete. Like, the whole pay-per-view itself, before that, it was decent, don't get me wrong. AJ versus Brock, best match of the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But, like, the 5-on-5 was very weird. Like, they had Bobby Roode and Nakamura, like, eliminated within maybe 5 minutes of each other. And it was like, why the heck is that? Both of them are NXT champions at one point, which is like, they are really good. Shinsuke was in Japan for a long time, and he was really good. And then Bobby Roode, he was in TNA for a long time, and I think he's longest reigning TNA champion, which is, it says something. So when they put two people of that caliber into the match and then immediately first ones to get out, it's just like, why would they treat them like that? You know?
Yeah, it's almost
It's
like
very
filler.
questionable.
It is almost exactly like
Yeah.
filler. Like they're like, oh yeah, let's just put these two the dickheads there to get eliminated first, so we can set up this big kind of power dynamic between Kurt Angle and Triple H. Let's do that.
Hmm.
You know, I agree with you on that.
It's
I
just very
agree.
confusing, yeah.
I agree.
I don't understand personally,
I mean,
but yeah.
it gets to the point to where like people stop watching for stuff like that, right? Like, because it's like on
Hmm.
one hand we have potential blockbuster matches, like matches that have like greater than life expectations, but they're so
Yeah.
squandered with the endings. They're so tainted with dirty play. Now, I'm a big fan of the Attitude
Hmm.
Era. Don't get me wrong. I love smashing, tables over people's heads and all that good shit. That shit's funny as hell to me, right? That's good. But
Hmm.
the way they're implementing their form of attitude era is, and I'm using air quotes by the way, is very poorly. Like they're bringing all these like fake people up just to like do what? Like WWE is a complete farce right now. Like, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really is.
I agree. There's a lot of wasted talent in WWE at the moment. There's guys like Balor. He was the first Universal Champion, mind you. And now what is he doing? He just lost to Samoa Joe, I'm pretty sure, last Raw?
Yeah, I
was
think
it last
so.
Monday?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know if he lost. Did he lose? I think he won, didn't he? No?
Yeah, he lost because I think he put him in the Coquina clutch and then he passed out. Which is just like, wow. Very, very confusing.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
like,
understand that.
the squandering of talent is absolutely, like, ludicrous. Like, we had Emma participate in a TLC pay-per-view. She was being rose up. She was being, like, pushed to the max. And she did TLC with Asuka. And then she lost again to Asuka on the Monday Night Raw following that in a rematch. And then she got released from her contract. Like, what is this? Like, what is WWE anymore? And, like, you know, it's stupid.
Yeah. They've been releasing, how they've been treating, like, talent and, like, releasing and hiring and signing new people is just very weird. Because they've done that, like, released and then signed people maybe over the past 3 months in a very weird order. Like, they released Summer Rae and then Emma and then Darren Young. Don't get me wrong. I only cared about Emma. But I'm pretty sure because they said they were signing Ronda Rousey, and it's just like, where is she at?
Yeah,
no one knows.
Yeah,
it's very confusing.
I think she's gonna be like Brock Lesnar in their regards to where she's gonna be a temp diva, if anything. And I think what happens with that now, I'm speculating here. I have to clear this up. I personally think they released a couple of divas because Ronda wanted a lot of money, and they had to cut certain people out to be able to pay her. But it really wouldn't be worth the investment because Ronda's only going to come in and maybe be a, maybe like a WrestleMania match, and then she's going to be gone. I think that's what they're setting it all up for, is like a WrestleMania moment where she goes toe to toe with maybe Asuka or maybe Paige or Stephanie even. Maybe Stephanie finally steps up, right? I don't know, because they set it up for the last WrestleMania where Ronda came in the ring and twisted Stephanie's arm. I don't know if it was last WrestleMania or if it was one before that.
That was 2015.
So it was a couple of years ago, but
31,
maybe they're setting something like that up where it's like a retribution match where it's like, Stephanie wants to show her shit or something. I don't know. But it's absolutely ludicrous that they're releasing all these people, but then they're bringing up this new talent, but then that new talent isn't even being fully utilized to the way it should be. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
Like, we had Enzo. Right?
Which is a complete, like, joke. He beat Neville, which is very, very confusing. Like, I get the whole low blow thing, and then he pins him, but I don't know if people know this, but Neville walked out because he's like, I'm not jobbing to Enzo again. And which I can understand why.
Yeah, I mean, they had Enzo and Big Cass, good guys. Like, when they were together, it was good. It was good, it worked, it flowed, it was like, they were like bangers on the mic, at least Enzo was. But then Cass flipped heel, and where's Cass now? Nowhere. Cass was just there to...
He got injured.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He got injured, and then no one knows where he is. He's recovering, air quotes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very...
I mean...
Very stupid.
They squandered Enzo real bad. They made him lose so many times to Cass that Enzo couldn't even come back in the heavyweight division. Like, he couldn't.
Yeah, they had this SummerSlam match where it was Big Show. I think it was SummerSlam. Big Show versus Cass, and they had Enzo in a shark cage, and then he got out, and then they still lost, which is just like, what's even the point?
Yeah, like, where's Cass now? Like, why did they try to build up Cass so much only to... Where is he? Gone. Poof. Poof. Done. You know?
It's just... most of the decisions they make down there are very weird. I mean, some of the champions that they've crowned, don't get me wrong, are very cool. Like AJ just this year, they had Jinder Mahal win the championship. Are we just gonna forget that whole like 3MB thing? Is that a thing? And then Drew McIntyre came back to NXT, won the title, and we're like, what about that? Are we gonna forget about this? All right, I guess so.
Oh.
This is very confusing as to what they're doing.
Sorry, that just makes me laugh every time thinking about it. Oh, very funny. Very funny.
Jinder Mahal won the WWE title.
Very, very comedic. Like that's a joke. That's just the joke title at this point. Well, outside of the fact that AJ won it, he basically gave it the prestige.
Everybody lost their mind. Everybody lost their mind when AJ won, because they were like, "Oh, he's gonna win it back," and then the Indian tour, so he'll go back and then like defend it against whoever. But then at the Indian tour, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have Jinder versus Triple H," and we're just like, "All right, as long as he gets to like keep the title, we're good." It's just very weird.
I don't even know why they're doing the Jinder versus Triple H thing. That thing is just kind of like why another why in WWE. It just like when you look at WWE, it shouldn't be called WWE. It should be why explain. You know that should be what it stands for. You know. But yeah, we have like Finn Balor, Dolph Ziggler even. Like he's been on the outs for a while now, and he was actually a good guy. I liked him.
We forgot that like he's a 2-time world heavyweight champion. Like, and he's won the IC title, and Money in the Bank, and the US title, which is just like, are we gonna forget how talented he is? I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but I think it was either July or August, probably July, but he had a match against AJ, and he beat AJ. At one point, he was the #1 contender for the world title, and now he's just some guy that hates gimmicks, I guess.
I mean,
the whole state of like SmackDown at this point is very questionable.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that. I mean, SmackDown is something that I barely even watch anymore because, I mean, I know the whole brand supremacy thing took over, and it was kind of like a meme, if you will, to say that's the B show. But it really is, though. Like, the way they book over there is just absolute horrendous. Like, I can't even get into it anymore. Like, I really can't. Like, what's your point, man? What's your take on it?
See, I was always a SmackDown guy, because I love the blue brand and all that. And mainly I got into it when I first started watching wrestling, way back then. Because my favorite wrestler at the time was Edge, and he was on SmackDown. And he was World Heavyweight Champion, with a big gold belt and everything. And I was like, I like this. This is cool. And then he retired, and I was like, all right, cool. And I always thought SmackDown was the best show, because there was the World Heavyweight Championship and all that. And then when I come back to watch wrestling, it's very like, this isn't the same SmackDown. There's a lot of wasted talent, and there's also a lot of wrestlers on there that people don't care about. Like, there's only
New Day.
wrestlers.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's just like, if they should have gave SmackDown the win at Survivor Series, in my opinion, they're very like, they treat SmackDown like NXT. Like when NXT first started, I don't know if anybody knows, but it was like a game show, and it was a complete joke. Now it's this big like developmental brand. People liked it. That's what I feel SmackDown is right now, because there's a handful of guys that people care about. There's Randy Orton, there's AJ, there's
John Cena.
That's pretty much it.
Kinda. Yeah, John Cena, I mean, even though John Cena's kind of on the outs, he's on the outs now. He's kind of, I think he's setting up for retirement now, to be honest.
There's Nakamura.
How can we forget about Carmella? Come on, we gotta give Carmella some love. I mean, come on, she's kind of cute. I mean, damn. I mean, the divas in there are still being rather underutilized. Becky though, she's pretty cringy. Not gonna lie, like her pep talk was pep talk with SmackDown. That was cringe. I don't care who you are, that was cringy. But weird. Very weird. Like, it was like you could tell that there was some corporate, writing for that. Like, she couldn't deliver her shit. But Yeah, the divas even
The
are.
women's division on SmackDown is very, very, like, crappy. There's what? The only person I really care about on the women's division on SmackDown is probably Charlotte and Natalya. Only once. Because no one gives a crap about anybody else. Who, Tamina? Who the heck is that? No one cares about her. Nobody.
I agree.
In the tag division's even worse. There's what? There's the Usos and what else? Probably the Usos.
The New Day,
Only tag
maybe?
team that are worth
Question mark?
watching.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They're not worth it, but they're up there in the names. You know?
Yeah.
They're being pushed hard. I don't know what their
really
deal is,
stupid.
but the tag team don't even get me started. Oh, I despise the tag team division at this point because you look at even on Raw and SmackDown, like both. Like you have the Bar on Raw, which is they're cringe. They are like, I mean, that's the word of the night for WWE in my books because it's all
Cringe.
Just, like honestly, it really is because we're not the Bar. Or what is their slogan now? I forget what it is. It's something like
we don't set the bar, we are the bar.
Yeah, like what is that?
I hate it.
Like what is that? And then they put their thumbs up, like you know, like they're half liking, half disliking. Like which, by the way, reminds me. Make sure you like this video, guys. And good little plug there for the like section. Come on. But yeah, like the whole tag team division is like we don't set the bar, we are the bar. And then you have what the Shield now. The Shield's going after them now again. Which I mean, the Shield's good. But
yeah, I like the Shield.
Yeah, believe that. You know that whole meme. Pretty good meme. But then yeah, like that's only tag team action that's really going on. I mean, what they got Luke Gallows and Anderson, like they're a joke.
Very,
now.
very wasted.
Like
I think Gallows and Anderson could be one of the better tag teams. Just seeing their past, because they were one of the greatest tag teams in Japan at the time. Like, they were, what, 3-time IWGP tag team champs. And people don't know that. And if you ever seen, like, Carl Anderson, like, in Japan wrestling, he's very, very good. And WWE doesn't see that, which is sad.
well,
Like, I don't understand.
yeah, I mean, it's, like, ridiculous. It's, like, you know, like, they had the whole entrance with AJ Styles. They had all this momentum that they were building up. And then what happened was
club.
Yeah, and then the brand broke up. Like, we had AJ, I think, started on Raw, was it? I think AJ started on Raw during the
AJ
shakeup.
was on SmackDown, and then Gallows and Anderson were on Raw.
See, what they should have done to fully execute Gallows and Anderson was, I think, kept both of them online with the show that AJ was running with, so they could have kept going with their momentum. Yeah. Where they split them up really hindered them from being able to be the mega kind of tag team that they should have been. You know, that's kind of my viewpoint on that. I mean, honestly, like, it just gets to the point where the tag team division is almost like filler content. Like I record WWE just to fast forward through a lot of the stuff. And the tag team division is filler at this point. Like, it really is. Like, do you agree with that?
I do agree. Most of the matches on, like, SmackDown or Raw anymore are tag team matches, if you've ever noticed. Most of it is singles, but another majority of it is tag team, which is very weird, because some people want to see tag team, but not everybody wants to be seeing the Hype Bros or that crap. Like, no one cares. We want to see dream matches, you know? We want to see, like, what we saw at TLC, Styles versus Balor, or, I don't know. We want to see good matches.
Yeah,
like tag team matches.
The Brock versus AJ, you know, that was good. That was a good match. Like,
that was a great match.
Like, the thing is with all of this filler, like, I mean, it's almost like they hire too many people, and then they can't really specifically give them roles to be active in. Like, I mean, I remember back in the day, you used to see the same people every week, and you knew you were going to get to see them. But now it's almost like, am I going to get an AJ match this week? Am I going to get let me think here, like a Finn Balor good match? Or am I going to get a Finn Balor filler? And speaking of
a crappy Bray Wyatt match.
Oh yeah. I don't even like Bray Wyatt anymore. He was okay with the the whole Devil's Rejects kind of serial killing backwoods family he had going on. Now he's like bad. It's done.
He was champion. He was WWE champion in WrestleMania around there. He won at Elimination Chamber. He was champion, and now he's losing every match he gets.
Yeah, like
crazy.
Like he was good with his Wyatt family, but now he's a joke. I think I think they should really push him out, and like there's a whole bunch of content that I think they should cut. Personally, we'll get into that later on, but like the whole thing is with this, there's so much filler, man. Like it's like I'm watching WWE and like a 3-hour show, and like this is why I record it and I watch it later on after it's over and I fast forward to stuff because there's too many recaps. There is too much filler. I can get through a 3-hour Raw in legit under 30 minutes sometimes, like legitimately. I can on a good night it's maybe 45 minutes, an hour maybe. But what's your take on that? What's your viewpoint?
There's a lot of, I've said this before, but there's a lot of wasted talent. They're also putting people that nobody cares about. What, Jason Jordan versus what? Braun Strowman. People love Braun Strowman, and I know why. Because he's, like, everybody loves him. Oh, it's the big dude. Which, don't get me wrong, I like him. He's cool. But nobody wants to see Jason Jordan. No one, I don't see why he gets a push.
I mean, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle's son. Kurt Angle. Like, who cares? They could have done so much more. Like,
I mean,
there's so many people on Raw that I don't like, and that's why I mainly watch SmackDown. Is because of all the crap. I don't understand.
Let's be honest. Raw has Sasha Banks, Asuka.
Yeah.
Paige, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like the divas. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'm a dude. I like girl on girl. Come on. The whole heels as faces. I think that's what kind of we're going on about because like they're almost trying to push these guys that no one really cares about or it's not that we don't like them because of the fact we think they're bad, but like they're pushing the wrong people. They really are. Like, we had Roman Reigns for the longest time trying to be the guy, the man, the big dog.
He's IC champ now.
But, I mean...
That says something.
But, I mean, when they were pushing him in that way, you gotta admit he didn't go over the way that the WWE writers wanted him to go over, right? He wasn't the next John Cena to everyone. You have to agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely not.
Like... And that's what I'm saying. They're pushing heels as faces. I want you to elaborate on some of this. Like I want you to.
So, in my opinion, there's a lot of people that want certain superstars to be heels. There's Finn Balor. When he was in Japan, he was a great heel. And there's people wanted John Cena to be heel for the longest time, and he just started to be a complete jackass. I'll be honest. I hate him as face. He's just so annoying. But people are also like, it's John Cena and all that. People don't realize earlier in his career, I'm pretty sure he was heel at one point.
Basic thugonomics.
I think so. Yeah. Which was extremely cringy.
Yeah.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
It's WWE. I mean, it's all cringe.
Yeah, I think there's certain people in wrestling at the moment that can pull off being a heel super, super well. There's The Miz. There's Dolph Ziggler. At one point when Bobby Roode was in NXT, he was a great heel. And everybody loved him for it. And when AJ was heel in 2016, and early 2017 as well, he was a heel, and people still cheer him because it was AJ Styles, and people pull off being heel very, very well. Some. If they have the talent,
Yeah, they gotta do that. I mean, that's the whole thing, man. Like, it's the writing people that have the ability. They don't actually compliment people's abilities. It's almost like they're expecting them to do one thing, but the audience wants them to be something else, you know? And when you do that, you alienate your audience. And that is a big problem with WWE. And it pisses me off. Like, I don't even like watching the pay-per-views half the time. I mean, it's like, oh, tainted ending. Okay, this person's gonna do this. Like everyone was predicting that the WWE Survivor Series match was gonna end in a poor way. Anyway, everyone was knowing that something was gonna happen, but no one expected obviously Triple H. Like he did the plot twist, but we knew something was gonna happen, and that's bad.
Yeah.
That's as bad on the writing, because when your viewers know what's coming, that just shows how bad your writing is. You're supposed to. You know, like the Paige entrance that just happened like this past Monday from recording this podcast, when she came out, it was a shocker. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god!" I mean, obviously you were in the bathroom, whatever. But
yeah, I missed it.
R.I.P. you.
Happy about it.
R.I.P. you.
Yeah.
Damn. But when she came out, that was amazing. No, I wasn't expecting it. I was not like I was legit sitting here watching the Divas match. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I like divas. Do I need to really clarify that every time? I mean, I'm a guy. I like divas. Fuck it.
Women are great.
Hell yeah. But I was watching the match, and as soon as she came out, as soon as I heard the whatever it was, the raven or whatever the bird call, whatever the rare, you know, all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I was like rocking and shit. I was like, oh my god, no fucking way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Like I lost my shit. And that's how I like WWE writing to me. I don't want to expect. I don't want to have to try to think like what's going to happen in 2 weeks. I want to be able to be on a roller coaster through the whole time, you know? I want to have my ups. I want to have my downs. I don't want to know what the ups are. I don't want to know what the downs are, you know? And
yeah.
That's kind of where WWE is going wrong. I mean...
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of crappy stuff that's going on in WWE at the moment that... people will say, but I feel like it should be addressed.
And I mean, speaking of divas, I mean, you could kind of agree with this. I think the divas either need their own show or they need more airtime on the on WWE. I think they could cut a lot of this bullcrap filler, like some of the tag teams. Even 205 Live can be completely cut, can be completely scrapped, and can be replaced with like
no one would care.
Yeah, like if you put more divas on there. I mean, think about it. Either more divas on the Raw show and maybe SmackDown, or you give the divas their own show. I guarantee you that show would kick ass. It really would. Like, because let's be honest, a lot of guys would just watch the divas because a lot of guys watch WWE for divas, but when the men's matches are on, let's be honest, they feel kind of gay sometimes. And what's your take on that, man? Like, what is your take?
I think giving the divas their own show would be better for the company, to be honest. I think they should still do what they're doing with 205 Live, with having bits of it in Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Just so people don't be like, oh, where are they on the show? What happened? But make it... I feel like if they had enough people, like women, had their own show... I don't know if anybody watched the Mae Young Classic. I didn't. I was going to, but I just didn't care. But there were so many talented women that could wrestle. I guarantee you if they did something like that, like a show dedicated to women wrestling, it'd take off. No doubt about it. Because some people are just looking for a quick, look, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch the divas really quick, you know.
Yeah. But also there's those people that can actually give a crap about women's wrestling. Like these people are talented and are good at what they're doing.
I mean, I fall into both categories.
That's my whole opinion.
The sell that I could think of to make this work is on the women's night, right? Like it'd be like, I don't know, Wednesday night women's night or whatever. Like, I don't know, WWE can come up with some creative labeling or whatever marketing. But picture this: we have Lita, we have Trish Stratus, and we have AJ Lee, Renee Young on commentary. We cut Michael Cole, we cut all these other guys out there, and we give the women an exclusive night for WWE. Would you watch that?
That'd be great. Yeah, 100%.
Having
I would actually watch that.
female commentators, divas night, all around.
Mm-hmm.
A great event, a great idea. I mean, think about it. I mean, you don't even need to you don't even need to think about that. That shit's just like a given. I mean,
Yeah.
Every guy would watch that.
That's just me, though.
Which,
Yeah.
speaking of announcers, by the way, well, did you know, I personally think they all need to shut the hell up when the entrances are going on, because I don't want to hear Michael Cole go on about, oh my god, shut up, Michael Cole. I want to hear the Divas entrances. I want to hear the men's entrances. I want to hear the tracks. I don't want to hear your annoying ass voice. And Booker T is getting more and more cringe as the days go on.
He is intoxicated or under the influence of something every time, especially Survivor Series. We're just gonna let that slide. Everybody was like, "Okay, Booker T, listen, you talk way too much, and you need to stop it." The other commentators were like, "Listen, what are you even talking about?" Every time he talked, I was like, "Oh crap!" It's like that one drunk grandpa at the family reunion that just talks total nonsense, and we're like, "Yep, mm-hmm." Okay, whatever you say.
Oh my god.
I can't stand it personally.
I mean,
it's so annoying.
and then the bad thing is, they cut from the Divas entrances, right? Like the video department, they cut from the Divas entrances. I know I'm going on Divas because it pisses me off when they do this, because it feels like a cock block, kind of. They cut from like the Divas when they enter, and then they show the ring announcers, or not the ring announcers, but the commentators. I don't want to see Corey Graves, Booker T, Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, whoever, when the Divas are entering in. I'm sorry, I see enough dudes on the show as is. I want to see some, like, you know, some good, you know what I'm saying? Some of that good female
Action.
Oh yeah. That's what I like. But yeah, so I don't like that. I don't like how they do that. Like shut up, announcers. Do you even? Another thing, what is the announcers doing when they say, "Oh, vintage Randy Orton, vintage this"? If they still do it,
vintage Randy.
Yeah, like if they still do it to this day, it's not vintage. I'm sorry, you know, it's not. Like I can see.
It's only Michael Cole as well. He's extremely old. He's very repetitive, and he likes what? Roman Reigns. It's the big dog. it's the boss. And it's just like, can you stop it while I watch my wrestling?
Yeah, like can you
I don't like him. He's been here for way too long, and you need someone new.
Yeah, can you just like?
I can't stand him.
Can you just have a glass of shut the fuck up, please? You know. I mean, like,
it's very frustrating because we want to take wrestling serious and we want to enjoy it, but it's also very hard to do that while we hear some 50-year-old dude talk about the big dog or the boss, and we're just like, listen, I guarantee you, if you put some really hardcore wrestling fans in their shoes, the show would be 10 times better.
Oh
10
yeah.
times.
Oh yes. Put in like someone. I don't know if you watch What Culture in Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put a couple of those guys in there. They'll do a better job than Michael Cole and his being 50, trying to be like, yo, I'm hip dog. Yo, gee, it's the big doge.
Yeah.
You know, like you
ever see Mark Moreno on NXT? He is the cringiest old dude ever. I think it was NXT Takeover War Games, and I was watching it, and he was like, "Oh, as many times as Lil Pump says Gucci Gang," and I was like, "Are you kidding me? I want to enjoy my wrestling, old man."
No way,
Stop.
he said that? He said that?
Yes, last NXT Takeover in Brooklyn before SummerSlam, he was like, "Oh, that was about as quick as a Snapchat," and I was like, "Stop!
What?
You're so old.
No.
Nobody cares."
Oh my god.
I just sat there on the edge of my bed, very, very disappointed in the choice. I feel like there's a large percentage of me thinking that he just said that because he thought it'd be cool and hip, But there's also a percentage of me thinking that someone back in the like conference room was like, you know, what'd be cool? Let's put some really edgy crap. I just don't know why. Just talk about wrestling. Don't be stupid and act drunk at the same time, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But no. No.
Let's be some fat cats wearing freaking suits talking about Gucci Gang and Snapchats. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh
Unteachable.
my god. Unteachable. Boy, it's almost like the boy, the whole slap hand emoji. Boy.
Yeah. Boy.
I mean, it's so...
I don't understand it.
I don't get how they could try to relate.
Confusing.
It's like, holy jumpins. It's like, what was that one section?
Yeah, you guys like the Snapchat? You like that Gucci Gang? And we're like, yeah, it was fun before you started talking about it.
It was almost like that one section of like what was it, 5-6 months back when Pokemon Go was still a thing, and who was it? Someone came out trying to play Pokemon Go. I forget who it was, but
I think it was TJP.
Maybe.
Guy.
Maybe it might have been someone like someone like R-Truth or something. I know it was one of those guys who was like a mid-carder. But he came out with his Pokemon Go thing. Like, I'm trying to play Pokemon Go, and it was like, what are you doing, bud? Don't do that. Don't try to be relatable. Oh my god.
Who do you think you are?
And then Endzone did it recently too with I forget what. It was something. I forget what it was. Was it like fidget spinners? I don't know if it was fidget spinners or what it was, but
I really don't watch him.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just overall very cringy, and it ties in with the whole announcers being super cringe. Like, come on, just shut up. Like that one time that I think who was it? Someone I think it was Jerry Lawler. I think it was had like a heart attack or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah. That was him.
Which I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for the guy, but I think the rest of the night actually went by with no commentary. I think. Do you remember that night? And it was like...
I think it was Mike... Yeah, I think it was either no commentary or it was just Michael Cole talking.
And that night...
I don't remember though.
No disrespect to Jerry Lawler. I really feel bad that the guy had to go through all that. But I think that was the most... That was one of the better nights in WWE history because we were able to experience... I know it sounds fucked up. Sorry, viewers, if you get a little offended by that. It was one of the best nights to be able to actually experience wrestling without the commentary and to be able to enjoy the themes, the entrances, all this shit without the annoying announcers, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. Wild.
I can imagine I've offended a few people that might be watching right now. Sorry, future people.
That old man was cool.
I mean, he's still alive, so it's not like I'm walking on the grave of the dead. Charlie Manson. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Lil Peep.
Oh shit. R.I.P. Lil Peep. I mean, no one cared. No one really cared until he died. Let's be honest.
I didn't know who he was until he died.
I mean, same. But so many people are going to come out and say, oh, why don't make fun of this? But it's like, come on. No one knew until he died. No one cared. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
The whole, and which ties into the next thing. I mean, like, the whole cringy factor of the announcers. Are we not going to forget all the botches that have been happening lately? Are we going to let that slide?
Yes. Let's talk about some botches. Some memorable botches, alright?
Let's go.
There was the AJ versus Brock, where he tried to do a tornado DDT, and then Brock slammed him on the ground. That was pretty great. This was a very old botch. I think it was either WCW, or it was early in WWE. But you know Psycho Sid? Very old wrestler.
I think I remember him, sort of vaguely.
He came off the top rope and landed, and his leg snapped in half, and it was dangling while the match was going on. And it was so... we were like, oh, crap! And the show was still going on while that was happening. I was very confused. Oh, let's also talk about the Survivor Series kickoff show.
Okay.
Where Kalisto tried to do his little flip, got a little stuck. and looked very confused. And then I went on Twitter and saw everybody being like, "Wow, Kalisto can't even do his entrance anymore," and I was like, "Wow."
Oh,
Very, very
my.
funny.
God, I have one to interject on really quick. You can keep going on yours. But I don't know if a lot of you guys seen the Triple H clip where at the end of Survivor Series he might have bumped into to the screen at the entrance ramp.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. There's part of me that thinks it's planned, but there's also a large part of me that thinks that was 100% real.
That was real.
Which is...
That was real.
That's great.
There's no way he would have walked out and put that. There was no way he would have wrote that in. Oh, at the end of the match after I win, I'm gonna walk into this. There's no way. No way.
That's amazing. That's botches. People get really mad over, but there's also that gives that comedy aspect of it as well, which I love. I love botches. Unless it's like serious matches.
I mean,
and like, oh crap, that just ruined it.
I think, and then, yeah, I remember another botch. I think going back to Survivor Series, obviously, was when Alicia Fox in the pep talk, she put her head back, and well, let's just say her hat didn't stay on her head.
Yeah,
it fell right off.
I know what you're talking about. She was like, "Oh, can we do this again?"
She had to bend down to pick it up.
I lost my hat.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
you
hat.
can see her face afterwards.
Rip.
That was great. Survivor Series was filled with botches.
Oh, yes. What was that other botch that happened? Oh, I think Charlotte periodically threw the Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte. I think she said fuck a couple of times, I think.
Yeah.
Well, let's say there was no delay, so you knew what she was saying. Which was really great. Oh my god.
There was a botch at NXT TakeOver War Games where it was for the NXT Championship. And there's a guy called Andrade Cien Almas. And he was going up against Drew McIntyre for the title. And Andrade got his feet up on the turnbuckle and DDT Drew. He screamed, like dropped an F-bomb. And he was like legit injured because he went head first onto the the mat. And he was messed up.
Ouch.
A lot of botches, that's for sure.
Ouch! There was this one.
I'm not a fan of the botches.
There was
the really bad botches.
Are we gonna forget about that Mexican wrestling one where I think Rey Mysterio 619 some guy who was dead or whatever?
Yeah, he killed someone with the 619, but I think he had problems beforehand. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the guy was like almost dead on the thing anyway. I think the guy was already dead, to be honest. I don't think he actually killed the guy, to be honest. But
I think that's why he's not in WWE at the moment, because he was very like, oh, yikes, I killed someone, I think.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna put a damper in your resume, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But let's see here.
That's what I think about the botches.
Yeah, the botches. Those are pretty funny to watch.
You ever seen Botchamania on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I love that. The divas.
Give that a watch.
The divas botch a lot too. Let's be real. The divas are always botching.
Yeah.
Always. No matter what. So what about Bullet Club? What are you thinking about them and what needs to happen with them, man?
So I think, my opinion, I don't know if people know, but I am a huge Bullet Club fan. Whether it be old Bullet Club from 2014, or where it was, Prince Devitt, or as now we know him as Finn Balor, all the Bad Luck Fale, that type of deal. I think the current state of the Bullet Club, with leader being Kenny Omega, is very, maybe comedic, I guess you could say. I don't know how to put it, because I love the Bullet Club, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things in it, whether it be in Ring of Honor or New Japan, where it's just like, this is not the Bullet Club we know and love, but it kind of dampers on the seriousness of it. But I think it's very, don't get me wrong, the publicity that Bullet Club is getting now is so much like positivity, and people love the Bullet Club. I think people that are in this WWE bubble and don't know anything else about wrestling, and they find out about the Bullet Club, that's how I found out about it, was I heard, oh, Bullet Club. And I looked up and it was like, oh, Ring of Honor, New Japan, PWG, this type of stuff. And I think with Kenny Omega being one of the greatest professional wrestlers of our generation, being a leader of such an outstanding stable as the Bullet Club is great, I would say. And even coming into Wrestle Kingdom in January, where Kenny Omega is going up against Chris Jericho, which is, nobody thought it would happen. A WWE guy coming in facing a New Japan guy.
Dream match.
Yeah, dream match. It was the Alpha versus the Omega, and people lost it. And there's also the Young Bucks, which are a big part of why the Bullet Club is so big, is because they sell a lot of merch, and it's in Hot Topic. And I looked up earlier today, and one of the Young Bucks, his name's Matt Jackson, tweeted in #1 sold shirt in all of Hot Topic, which is crazy, because that's kind of like a big thing, being a wrestling organized, or like a tag team, which is crazy. And there's also Cody Rhodes coming into an indie circuit, which is Ring of Honor, and then winning the title, and then joining Bullet Club, which is crazy because this was a WWE guy at one point. Now he's making it big in the indies. It's pretty crazy. But
their merch should sound like a god church, I guess you could say, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I gotta go through that Michael Cole cringe. Come on, man. You gotta do that Michael Cole sometime.
Yikes. That's a yikes.
That is a yikes.
But yeah.
Oh, it's almost as much of a yikes
Bullet
as
Club.
Booker T being drunk. But anyway.
We're just talking in general. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. What about...
Yikes.
So, in regards to Bullet Club, I mean, Bullet Club, yeah, it's bringing a lot of publicity to the indies and stuff, right? And I mean, it almost makes me think about like the competition between the promotions and stuff. So, so we're seeing a lot of these the rise of the indies, the rise of these Ring of Honors, the Japan, the other areas that I'm not too familiar with those because I don't really venture too much outside of like WWE. That's not my area. That seems to be more your area. But it just goes to show that even people like me that are kind of outsiders to that concept are starting to think on it. It just shows the state of the WWE and like the fact that now there's other brands that are preparing to kind of come up, kind of like a WCW 2.0, if you will.
Yeah.
So what is your thoughts on that, my dude?
I think how New Japan Pro Wrestling being probably here's how I think about it. So make it a chart, all right? List #1 wrestling company. There's WWE, biggest wrestling promotion probably ever. And then there's 2, which is, people can argue, but I think it's New Japan. Just seeing how the popularity and people not from Japan liking it and like, oh, all right, this is something I'm going to watch on a weekly basis. And then there's Ring of Honor, which are kind of like a joint thing, because I know they do the events, because I went to the one, Global Wars, which is like a Ring of Honor, New Japan, like, combined event, where they work together, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but something WWE probably would never do with another promotion. They've done it with WCW, where it's kind of like, oh, the Monday Night Wars, and they've done it with ECW as well. And I just think the state and how kind of, I don't know, because WWE's kind of like, I don't want to work with these people who are taking our stuff and all this. But also I feel like it'd be amazing for business
Well,
I don't know. I think it could. There's a very large possibility, seeing how Jericho, which he's still under contract with WWE, shows up in New Japan a week later and is like, "I want to challenge you, Kenny," and then main event of Wrestle Kingdom, which is crazy for
well,
something like that to happen in our day and age.
I think you're right. I think something big is gonna have to happen to really shake up
Hmm.
WWE for WWE to get its shit together. Because I think similar to like YouTube and the mainstream media and stuff in general, it's starting to be
Yeah.
too monopolized and it needs competition. So I really am a big fan of these new indies being on the rise because what's going to end up happening is WWE is going to have to work overtime to really make a good show. Because as of the past like
Hmm.
4 or 5 years, ever since like CM Punk left and all these other people are leaving and being released
Hmm.
unfairly, Emma, oh, bring Emma back, give Emma a chance. Um, it's just causing a very bad environment for I think a lot of the talent in WWE. You know what I mean? Like it's like on one hand, you know they know that they've made it big when they get into WWE, but then after they just get built up just to be destroyed and to be just like brought back down within weeks of them being built up. Like they'll spend months building up someone and then they'll tear them down, and I don't think that's a good environment for anyone to work in. Let's be real, it's not like.
Hmm.
And I think from what I'm hearing about all these like this Tokyo wrestling, whatever Japan wrestling, um, is that they appear to treat their people rather well because it's more on the indie side and they're more kind of close
Yeah.
knit with each other. So, I mean,
They get more creativity over there, in my opinion. Sorry, go ahead.
no. You're on a tangent. Go. This is on you.
So, I feel like, because I've seen interviews where Kenny Omega, because he used to work for, or was a part of an organization WWE was a part of, called Deep South Wrestling. Something, it was either that or FCW. Can't remember. But, and he quit because he felt very controlled, and he wanted to present a character where he was himself, and then left. Went to Japan, and I think he was in an organization called DDT, where there was a guy named Kota Ibushi, and they would wrestle and all that stuff. And then he went to New Japan, and he got the gimmick, the cleaner, which is what he is now, and why people like him so much. And they sat down and they said, well, he likes New Japan because he has more creativity over how he presents himself. Because a lot of the cleaner is a lot of like who he is. And I think that's why a lot of people leave WWE, is because they want to present something they know people will like, but then get stuck with, say, Cody Rhodes is, oh, he gets Cody Rhodes, but then a month later he's Stardust. So,
That
which
was
is
bad.
very, very weird. Yeah, he's Stardust, leaves, become Ring of Honor champion. I think I would take that route as well.
I mean, it goes back to the whole squandering talent, I guess, because I mean, if you give these guys the freedom, like they give Dean Ambrose a lot of freedom, like Dean Ambrose, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he does do a lot of ad-libbing, so he can go out and just basically go off the cuff and stuff. That's not like a lot of other WWE superstars that are given a script basically to read off of. And that's why a lot of people I think like Dean Ambrose, because he just goes out and says whatever. He's almost like CM Punk, so to speak, but not really as pipe bomby and not really as.
Yeah,
I
pipe
mean,
bomb.
yeah, those pipe bombs were good.
Mm-hmm.
But that like you were saying, like a lot of people like go to these other venues and other industries, like within the same industry, like I know the Tokyo, Japan, Ring of Honor and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I can see why. I can imagine Emma is gonna probably go into one of these like indies and probably do amazing, but the fact that
Yeah.
WWE they even tried to rebrand her, like that still pisses me off. Like I know I'm going on about Emma, okay, but she is like
Yeah.
a really big case. She is a really big case. She was there with Asuka's headline debut on a pay-per-view and a Monday Night Raw, only to be released within a week. How messed up is that? That is honestly messed up. So basically, they built her
Yeah.
up for the longest time just to crush her, and that pisses me off. I don't know why, but that's just something that irks me because of all the people that they release her. Like they could have released. Let's see here. I can run a laundry list. They could. They could release. I don't know, some of the 205 guys. They could release. Who? What's the diva that hasn't been pushed in a while? Someone that's been on the back end.
Maybe.
Huh.
That's a good question, because there's not a lot of them.
Exactly. That's why we need more divas. We honestly need more divas. I don't know. We just need more divas. They gotta release Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan's not even like relevant.
Yeah.
I'm for releasing Jason Jordan. I'm for releasing Bray Wyatt. I'm for releasing.
I like Bray Wyatt. I think he's a cool guy, but they're just using him super wrong.
Yeah. But I'm just being real. I want to see divas. Honestly. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, like they're just squandering like that. Like you were saying though, like the whole thing is like they try to build their own characters, build their own personas, and they can't do it. They're blocked by the writing, and the writing is what's hurting WWE, the booking, and it's doing a lot more harm than good at this rate. And I don't know, like, and then Paige comes back on the past WWE, the past Monday Night Raw, and brings in 2 new divas, even though the divas division is already hard to
from
manage.
NXT, Mandy Rose and that other person. I don't know her name.
Yeah, I don't know her name either. But she brings in 2 new people in a division that can barely sustain itself on that platform because they only get 2 divas matches a night. I mean, they could cut down a couple of filler matches and give a couple more divas matches. That I would be down for. But it's already basically Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, a bit of Bayley, and now Asuka, and then the rest of them are just kind of, swimming around this pool trying to get relevancy. And when you're tacking in two more divas and a returning diva, how are you going to work that in 2 matches a night? You can't. You need more. That's why I'm saying divas need their own night or more airtime. They're squandering so much potential.
I agree.
Which,
100%.
Anything else you would like to add on to the indies, man? Anything else?
I think, I don't know, there's a lot of great things in the indies. I feel like, because I want a lot of wrestlers from, say, main roster that we've seen before. Like, if CM Punk shows up in Ring of Honor tomorrow, everybody will lose it, and everybody will start watching Ring of Honor again.
Yes.
Or, not again, but start watching it and keep an eye on it. And I feel like people that have been extremely successful in WWE, and they go to some place like Ring of Honor or New Japan, people are gonna lose their minds. And that will actually have, like, good competition.
You're right.
In my opinion.
You are right. Which brings us to one of our potential final points here. What are some returns you would like to see here, Max? I mean, there's a lot of superstars that have been either released, fell off contract, or for one reason or another are no longer with WWE. Who would you like to see maybe make a comeback? I mean, I know we both are kind of in agreement that, CM Punk, if he returned, holy fuck, I am telling you.
Yes.
That shit would be fire. Anyone else?
A lot of people don't know that CM Punk is retired from wrestling, and they just want him to come back because it's CM Punk.
Yeah.
But I would kill to see CM Punk in the ring again. No matter where it is, if it's just wrestling in general, people would watch it and people would love it. But if I had to pick, like, a few people that would come back to wrestling, or WWE in general, probably a lot of people don't give him credit. But if you ever seen him on the indies, his name is Matt Sydal. He's also formerly known as Evan Bourne. And people are like, oh, okay, he's cool. But I grew up watching this guy do the, what is it called? Airborne. Where he does it, moonsault and lands on someone. And I thought it was the coolest thing growing up. Because I remember when I went to a live event a long, long time ago in Pittsburgh. And there was he was there, he did that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Anyways, there's a lot of high flyers that I grew up watching, like Rey Mysterio, Evan Bourne.
Hurricane.
I wouldn't, yeah, no, no,
He was funny.
not
He was
at
cool.
all.
He was cool. Come on.
Looking back on it, it's kind of cringy, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but come on, man. Come on. He was kind of self-aware about it, possibly.
I really want to see Daniel Bryan come back to the ring.
Oh.
Like,
Ooh.
more than... I think that'd be amazing.
Ooh. I mean, as like a novelty act, I can kind of agree, but as like a main liner, like as even a mid-carder, ooh, I have to...
Yeah, if he comes back as a mid-carder, then maybe I wouldn't be mad. As long as... Because I didn't really get to see Daniel Bryan in his prime with the main events of WrestleMania and all that. I just saw him when he first debuted, and he won the U.S. title, and he was like, oh, it's Daniel Bryan pre-beard type of deal.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Or John Morrison. I remember growing up watching him, and I thought he was the coolest guy ever. He got the what was it, that fur coat, and he had the glasses with the cross on them, and I thought that was so cool.
Adam
Looking
Rose,
back,
too.
he probably looks there. Yeah, I've never watched Adam Rose like when he was in WWE, but I've watched him in NXT like just more recently because I thought he was really cool.
I liked him when he had his little rosebuds come out, and he would come out and like it would be like a little party. That was kind of cool.
Did you know that Braun Strowman was a rosebud at one point?
I
think he was.
Damn.
Braun Strowman. Who else was there? And I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch was a rosebud as well.
Carmella? I think maybe, question mark? I don't think so, maybe.
I'll have to look that up, because there's a lot of main roster people that have been a rosebud. And it's very weird, actually.
That could be a video all on its own. Like, holy jumpins. Did you know top 10 rosebuds that were actually...
Yeah,
Oh,
on the main roster.
Oh, shit, we're giving What Culture some content here. Shit, we better not give our competition some content, you know?
Yeah, just when you think they are all out of top 10s, we're just going to give them some more ideas.
Yeah,
Dang.
Yeah, dude. I would imagine that Adam guy watching this being like, oh my god, get on this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Get his little king guy on there. I forget what his name is. What's the guy who plays...
King Ross.
King Ross. Yeah, but the guy who plays King Ross. I forget what the guy's name is. He's got like a bald head almost. He's almost...
They actually got fired. I think it was Adam... I don't know, Blampit or something. But they got fired and they made their own channel. And it was Cultaholic. And I like it.
Yeah, pretty decent. But there's some returns, though, that if they were to happen... Like, I'm talking, like... Well, when if Lita returns full-time, that would be the shit. Trish Stratus, even though I know she won't make a return, because she's a mother now, and for obvious reasons she won't return. But I think it'd be cool for her to come back as like kind of like I said with the earlier concept of like a women's wrestling night with like maybe a ring announcer, so she doesn't have to worry about getting hurt, or like a commentator. Let's see, another return. Well, Kelly, she kind of fell out of nowhere, even though back in the day she was like being built up. But
yeah, she's a snack though.
Oh,
let's be honest.
Yikes! She's more than a snack. She's an entire Thanksgiving meal. Oh boy. Let's not forget that. Let's see here. I don't know, Stone Cold, he's doing his little podcast thing, but I'd like to see him in the ring maybe one more time for like a match. Just give like a nostalgia act.
The 25th anniversary of Raw's coming up, so anything is possible at this point.
Oh yeah, so. that's gonna be legit. It's almost gonna be like hopefully what it's gonna be like is like the 1000th episode. But, like, just repeat it again. Kind of like that, you know? Like how they did the whole Brock.
Yeah, the Undertaker's coming back, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah. The guy who's, like, 21-2 now or something like that. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. You have losses now.
Oh, I think Shawn Michaels is coming back, too, which will be interesting, because he's, like, 50-something.
Probably selling
he's
the
old
book
as
again.
crap.
selling something again.
Yeah,
you know?
selling a book or doing a documentary.
Oh yeah,
like that.
doing something with his backwoods out there in the country, hick Billy. You know, doing that whole shtick. You know, America.
Yeah.
You know? But no, there's a few returns.
The whole I love God thing.
Oh yeah, the I love God thing. I mean, I love God too, but like to a certain degree, like you know, they made a mockery of that in WWE. That was kind of in poor taste when Vince McMahon did the whole shtick where, oh man, welcome to the stage, God, and then it was actually just like a spotlight. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was rather tacky.
Cool,
whatever. I mean, you know.
It's 5 minutes of my life I won't get back.
Yeah, that was just some nothingness, but I don't know. Like I'd like to see Edge come back like once maybe to do like a spear.
Oh, dude, Edge is the man.
Yeah.
I love Edge. He's great.
Can you imagine on this day? I feel whatever his entrance song was. That was pretty good. Alter Bridge. I love that. And that hit, and it was like randomly in the middle of like a match or something like that. Oh my god, dude! SmackDown or Raw, it would like light up.
True.
Let's see what Ryback isn't Ryback on the horizon to make a return.
Yeah, I think so. So what I've been told.
Ooh, we got some sources, some top secret sources up in here. Ooh. Ooh, juicy. Thick with like 3 million C's. But like yeah, so there's a bunch of guys that maybe could do for a return, but I'm more into the Divas division.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm feeling like a feminist tonight. I honestly do. I honestly feel like a feminist.
Women can wrestle, alright?
Yes.
It's not a man's sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all feminist. Bring in women's wrestling. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's give women their own night. Yeah, ravel. If you don't want women's wrestling, you're a misogynistic patriarchy scum. That's what you are.
Wow.
I'm going
You're probably
big.
white too.
Yeah, you're probably white and a man. Ew, shame on you.
Cat, and you live in your mom's basement.
And you're and you're a Christian, and you're a conservative, and you're a libertarian. Ew. I just pissed off a bunch of politics here. You know.
Yeah, one guy that's under all of those categories is gonna be like, you know what? I'm disliking this. I do not care.
Okay. Thanks for the view, bud. You watched for like an hour and 12 minutes just to dislike. I mean, have a good day, bud. I mean, you know.
You have a nice day, sir.
Yeah, have a nice day, as Mick Foley once said. You know.
Dang.
I wonder what Mick's doing nowadays. Probably just chilling.
Probably. I think he's doing a bunch of indie stuff, to be honest. Like going to events and like, oh, I'm Mick Foley. You remember me?
Oh yeah, you remember me.
I don't have an ear.
He really doesn't have an ear.
My ear's gone. No.
Unless he...
You ever see the clip of him losing his ear?
I have not.
More gruesome, to be honest.
I have not, but
it's on YouTube.
I might watch that. I might watch that one day.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling a little...
It's a good watch.
Frisky, you know. Feeling a little edgy. You know. Needing to see a little bit of that blood sport, you know. You know. All that good shit.
Okay.
But,
we're gonna get demonetized.
Oh yeah, demonetized already. You know, already demonetized. You said fuck. Demonetized. I don't give a shit, whatever.
You talk about God in this stream? Damn.
Yeah, demonetized.
You're out.
You're out. Disabled. Your entire channel blocked worldwide. Copyright strict.
Gone.
Suspended. You know, just off their face. You know. Is there any other points you wanted to kind of elaborate on that we might not have been able to elaborate on earlier on? Any points that were missed?
I think we got them all. There's a lot of stuff we talk about that I think is good.
I mean...
A lot of good stuff today, I would say.
A lot. I mean, for our pilot episode, I think people should be pretty satisfied with our list of fine and dandy topics. Bring more divas in.
Yep.
Trying to.
Yeah, bring the women. I want more whamming.
I respect the whamming. If you don't respect whamming, I don't like you. Respect the whamming. You know. But yeah, outside of wanting more divas in WWE, we need more women. If you guys want to see Mr. Reckless come kind of do his IRL shtick. I want to give Reckless some chances to plug what he does in his spare time on a channel that he and his friends operate. So go ahead and plug that. The link will be in the description.
So I'm a part of this channel. It's a backyard wrestling shtick. It's pretty fun. It's called HWL Hellbent. And your boy, you'll find him, but your boy's the world heavyweight champion. And it's a lot of fun. So check it out if you can.
Hell yeah. I can't recommend it enough, by the way. I can't recommend it enough.
Mm-hmm.
Minimal botches.
Why, thank you.
Minimal botches.
Yeah, minimal.
Minimal. Other than when that one time where you got cut, you know?
Yeah.
That was
the one time where my knee turned into a butcher shop. Yeah, that time.
I didn't know I was watching. I didn't know I was watching someone beat their meat. You know.
Dang. Wild. That's wild.
Oh yeah. So when are we for the viewers at home? What are we intending on doing? Are we going to do this once a week or once every 2 weeks? I mean, yeah, I guess it all depends on the amount of stuff that happens on in WWE, if there's enough for us to talk about and go over. But I mean, we can't do a whole podcast.
Don't be afraid to give input as well. What you think about the topics?
Yeah, chime in.
I'd love to hear it.
Chime in, like honestly, put the timestamps in what we talked about and say, you know, I can agree or disagree, or I want to add on this or whatever, you know. I mean, this is a collective community. I mean, obviously we're not an echo chamber here. I do want to see, you know, people saying their honest opinions, not just these couple of people said this, so I'm going to agree. I want to hear your honest opinions. So give them, you know. I want to hear that. But overall, how shall we lead these people off into the night, good sir? What would you suggest?
Get yourself a good gold glass of milk, you know. Get some popcorn, lay in your bed, just watch this podcast, enjoy it. Maybe when you're done, go watch some I don't know, what do kids do nowadays? Watch anime and complain on Twitter? Go do that.
Yeah. Play with their fidget spinners.
Do you, dude?
You know.
Yeah. Is that still a thing? I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Get terabytes of porn because the internet's not safe anymore. All right.
I mean,
you have a good day.
I mean, yeah. Have a good day, guys. We're out of here. Oh, more divas. Please, more divas.
More divas. More divas. Come on, man.
Yep. Yeah.
More whammon.
More whammon. And that is a wrap. Welcome to the most must-see TV. Welcome to Fellers Talk Wrestling Edition. I'm here. My name is Fluidity, aka Fluid, aka whatever. I'm joined with my boy, Kid Motherfucking Reckless. Introduce yourself, my dude.
Hello. Kid Reckless.
What is
I'm ready for this podcast, man.
Oh yes.
Got some good points.
All right. So I just wanted to introduce him, Kid Reckless here, and I want to let him take the floor right away to give his backstory on WWE and like how he came into it, and basically just kind of give his backstory on what WWE means to him.
Hey, how are ya?
And we just had an interruption. Sorry, I had to remove someone from party. That's gonna have to be edited out.
Oh my god. That was. Oh my god. You need to put that in like a I don't know, like a funny moments thing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'll let him join back, but if he starts doing